Good afternoon, student. This was in the next point from our chapter 2 or unit 2, which we are going to start today. That is the concept of personal hygiene. I think you are well aware with this particular point of personal hygiene. We have to maintain the hygiene when we are working in the pharma industry. However, if we are not able to maintain our personal hygiene and if we are working in the pharma industry, then definitely our poor personal hygiene, our poor personal hygiene will hamper the quality of our pharmaceutical product. And that's why it becomes necessary for all the employees, those who are working in the pharma industry, that they have to maintain their personal hygiene. Okay, so I'm going to start with this particular point of personal hygiene. First point, every person should undergo the periodic health examination along with the eye examination. Those who are working in the pharma industry, they should periodically go under the health examination process. They should periodically undergo the health examination process. Okay, just a minute. Sorry once again, student, for the personal interruption in this particular lecture because of personal interruption. So this was on the new point which I'm going to start. That is the concept of personal hygiene. In that first point, I explained you every person, those who are working in the pharma industry, they should periodically go under the health examination along with the eye examination. बऱ्याच कंपनीत annually किंवा halfly, and means what we can say, after every 6 months, the health examination checkup camp was organized by the industry so that all the employees should go under the health examination along with and the eye examination. बऱ्याच कंपनीमध्ये ही सुविधा आहे की annually प्रत्येक वर्षी at the end of the particular financial year, they are organizing the health checkup examination for all the employees. And along with that, in that health examination, the eye examination is also taking place. So, in the concept of this personal hygiene, what I want to explain that the employees, those who are working in the pharmaceutical industry, they should undergo the periodic health examination or the health checkup. Second point, personnel should be instructed to wash their hands before they are entering in the manufacturing area. Definitely. The persons, those who are working in the manufacturing area, it becomes necessary for them that when they are going to enter into the manufacturing area, they have to wash their hand, they have to sanitize their hand. Third point, person suffering from any kind of illness, person suffering from any apparent illness or having the open lesion should not be allowed to work in a working area. If the person is suffering from any kind of an illness, or if they are having the open lesions on their body, if they are having the open lesions on their body, then such persons should not be allowed to work in the working area. Personnel should wear a clean body coverings and the apron while working in the manufacturing area. While working in the manufacturing area, it becomes necessary for the working employees that they should wear a clean gownings, they should cover their body with the clean clothes or the clean aprons. Okay. Last point in this slide, clothes of the working person should be disinfected and sterilized on the daily basis. However, whatever the clothes the working employees are using in the manufacturing area, whatever the gownings the working employees are using in the working area, such as the primary gown and the secondary gown, all those gowning should undergo the process of disinfection, should undergo the process of sterilization on a daily basis. Okay, so these are the certain points in concern of personal hygiene. Next point, person should not be allowed for the smoking, drinking, eating and chewing in the production area. The employees, those who are working in the production area or in the working manufacturing area, smoking, drinking, eating, chewing in the production and the testing area should not be permitted. Personal hygiene procedure should be followed by all the persons entering the production area whether they are the temporary persons or they are the full-time employees, whether they are the temporary employees or they are the full-time employees. All the employees and all the persons, those who are going to enter into the working area, they have to follow strictly. They have to follow strictly the personal hygiene procedures. All the person must follow the good health habits in order to maintain the personal hygiene and the sanitation. Try to understand. So this is about the concept of and the personal hygiene, student, what I have been explaining you in this particular two slides. Concept of personal hygiene, what it was explaining that every person should undergo the periodic health examination, which was organized from the side of and the pharma industry. Person should be instructed to wash their hand before they are entering into the manufacturing area. Third point, if the person is suffering from any kind of an the apparent illness, or if he was having the any kind of an the open lesions, open wounds on their body, then such person should not be allowed to work in the working area. Person should wear a clean body coverings and the clean gowns and aprons while working in the manufacturing area. Clothes of the working employees should be disinfected and should be sterilized on the daily basis. Next point, smoking, drinking, eating, chewing in the production area and the testing area should not be permitted. Personal hygiene procedures should be followed strictly by all the persons, those who are entering into the production area, whether the employee is a temporary employee or it is a full-time employee. All the person must follow the good health habits to maintain the personal hygiene and the sanitations. Okay, so this was about the concept of personal hygiene. Now, student, this was in the next point as per our syllabus. We have to study about the premises. पहिल्या पार्टमध्ये आपण काय शिकलो? वी हॅव बीन स्टडीड अबाउट द पर्सनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज. बघा, ऍक्च्युली हा जो तुमचा चॅप्टर आहे युनिट 2, इट वॉज डिवायडेड इंटू द टू हाफ. इट वॉज डिवायडेड इंटू द टू हाफ. The first half that was explaining about the first half that was explaining about the personal responsibilities and the persons, how they are hampering the quality of product, while the second part of the unit 2, it was explaining about the premises, it was explaining about the construction, it was explaining about the layout of the plant. Premises मध्ये काय काय शिकायचं आहे आपल्याला? We have to study the designing and the construction of our factory. We have to study about the layout of our factory. Okay, so in premises, the first point which I am going to teach you, that is the introduction to the designing of premises. Introduction to the designing of premises. Okay, basically the premises shall be of suitable size, design, construction and location to minimize the risk of error, and also it should permit effective cleaning and maintenance to avoid the cross contamination. Basically, whatever premises you are selecting for your pharma industry, basically whatever premises you are selecting or whatever premises you are designing for manufacturing of the pharmaceutical product, that should be of a suitable size, it should be of a suitable design, construction and location to avoid the risk of error, and also it should permit or it should allow for the effective cleaning and the maintenance to avoid the cross contamination. Second point, designing of premises for the production area should be arranged and planned very carefully to provide the unnatural clean production environment. So at this point, second point, try to understand this particular point. आपल्याला आपल्या वर्किंग प्रिमायसेसचं डिझायनिंग या प्रकारे करून घ्यायचं आहे. आपल्याला आपल्या वर्किंग प्रिमायसेसचं डिझायनिंग या प्रकारे करून घ्यायचं आहे की आपल्याला अननॅचरल क्लीन प्रोडक्शन इन्व्हायरमेंट तयार करता येईल. अननॅचरल, मी नॅचरल क्लीन इन्व्हायरमेंट नाही म्हणत आहे. आपल्याला कुठला इन्व्हायरमेंट तयार करायचा आहे? वी हॅव टू डेव्हलप द अननॅचरल क्लीन प्रोडक्शन इन्व्हायरमेंट. म्हणजे आपण क्लीन इन्व्हायरमेंट तयार करतोय, बट दॅट इज नॉट नॅचरल, दॅट इज अ अननॅचरल क्लीन इन्व्हायरमेंट. हाऊएव्हर, वेन यू आर वर्किंग इन द फार्मा इंडस्ट्री, तुम्ही जेव्हा फार्मा इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये एखादा फार्मास्युटिकल प्रोडक्ट तयार करत असाल तर डेफिनेटली त्या फार्मा इंडस्ट्रीचा जो इन्व्हायरमेंट आहे तो कसा असायला पाहिजे? द इन्व्हायरमेंट शुड बी अ क्लीन, but that environment is not a natural, that environment is established, that environment is developed from our side. The environment is created from the human being only, and that's why it is called as in the unnatural clean production environment. So try to understand this second point, student. Designing of premises for the production area should be arranged and planned very carefully to provide the unnatural clean production environment. Basic core for designing of premises is to provide clean production area or clean working area. आपण प्रिमाइसेसचं डिझायनिंग का करतोय? द बेसिक रिझन फॉर डिझायनिंग ऑफ दिस पर्टिक्युलर premises, the basic core for designing of the premises is to provide the clean working area or the clean production area. So hoping this student you are getting this particular point of premises. Premises मध्ये पहिला पॉइंट मी तुम्हाला शिकवतोय, इंट्रोडक्शन टू द डिझायनिंग ऑफ प्रिमाइसेस. Basically, the premises should be of a suitable size, suitable design, construction, and location to minimize the risk of error, and also it should allow for the effective cleaning and the maintenance to avoid the cross contamination. Second point, designing of the premises should be carried out in such a manner that it will be able to provide the unnatural clean production area. Third point, why we are designing this premises? We are designing the premises with an intention to produce a clean production area, to produce a clean working area. Okay. Second slide or next slide. Premises should be designed in such a manner that it provides the facility which is free from the microscopic, viable and non-viable contaminants. Premisesचं डिझायनिंग किंवा कन्स्ट्रक्शन या प्रकारे करून घ्यायचं आहे that it should produce the environment which is free from the microscopic load, viable and unviable contaminants. The premises or the facility should be remain free from microscopic, viable and non-viable contaminants. Next point. During area designing, the series of the zone should be established which act as a barrier for the entry of contaminant. जेव्हा आपण प्रिमाइसेसचं डिझाईन करत असतो, when we are designing the premises or when we are designing the layout of the premises or when we are designing the construction of a pharmaceutical plant, at that time a series of the zones should be prepared. A different types of the zone should be prepared so that the entry it will act as in the barrier. It will act as in the barrier for the entry of contaminants. Contaminant easily enter नको व्हायला आपल्या वर्किंग इन्व्हायरमेंटमध्ये, म्हणून आपण त्या वर्किंग इन्व्हायरमेंटला वेगवेगळ्या झोनमध्ये डिवाइड करून घेतो. मी तुम्हाला मागच्या लेक्चरला एक व्हिडिओ दाखवला होता, तर त्या व्हिडिओवरनं तुमच्या लक्षात आलं असेल की आपण प्रोडक्शन एरियामध्ये एंट्री करण्याआधी त्याच्या आधी दोन एरियामध्ये एंट्री करतोय. एक असतो प्रायमरी एरिया, दुसरा असतो सेकंडरी एरिया, आणि सेकंडरी एरिया नंतर आपण कुठे जातो? प्रोडक्शन एरियामध्ये. म्हणजे बाहेरची जे कंटामिनंट्स आहे ते बाहेरच थांबून जायला पाहिजे, ते मध्ये प्रोडक्शन एरियापर्यंत यायला नको. त्यासाठी बघा आपण वेगवेगळे झोन बनवले. पहिला झोन म्हणजे कुठला? प्रायमरी एरिया. दुसरा झोन म्हणजे कुठला? सेकंडरी एरिया. आणि त्यानंतर सर्वात मधला तिसरा झोन म्हणजे कुठला? प्रोडक्शन एरिया. तर जेवढे कंटामिनेंट्स असतील ते प्रायमरी एरियामध्ये थांबून जातील किंवा सेकंडरी एरियामध्ये थांबून जातील आणि त्यांना ऍक्च्युअल वर्किंग एरियामध्ये पोचता किंवा त्यांना पोचता येणार नाही, या प्रकारे आपण बॅरियर तयार करून घेतलेले, आपण झोन तयार करून घेतलेले. तर या पॉइंटकडे लक्ष असू द्या स्टुडंट. ट्राय टू अंडरस्टँड दिस पॉइंट. ड्युरिंग एरिया डिझायनिंग द सिरीज ऑफ झोन शुड बी एस्टॅब्लिश. जेव्हा आपण एरिया डिझाईन करत असतो, ॲट दॅट टाइम वी हॅव टू डेव्हलप द सिरीज ऑफ द झोन्स अँड धिस different types of the zones, they will act as in the barrier for the entry of contaminants. Understand? Next point, this one. While designing the premises, third point in this slide, while designing the premises, various factors are required to be considered. जेव्हा आपण premisesला डिझाईन करत असतो, at that time various factors are there which we have to consider, which we have to take into the account. The factors which we have to consider such as entry and exit of the person and the product, a complex system of the barriers, traffic control and environmental control. Student, try to understand these are the four different types of the factors which we have to consider when we are actually going for the designing of the premises. जेव्हा आपण प्रिमाइसेसचं डिझाईन करत असतो, त्या प्रिमाइसेसला डिझाईन करण्याआधी हे चार फॅक्टर्स आहेत जे आपल्याला कन्सिडर करावे लागतील. दॅट इज एंट्री अँड एक्झिट ऑफ द पर्सन, एंट्री अँड एक्झिट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, अ कॉम्प्लेक्स सिस्टम ऑफ द बॅरियर, traffic control and environmental control. These are the four factors which we have to consider before designing of the premises. So student, hoping that you are getting this particular point, introduction to the designing of premises. Premises designing कसं व्हायला पाहिजे? पहिल्या पॉइंट अनुसार basically the designing of the premises should be in such a manner that it should minimize the risk of error and it should allow for the effective cleaning and the maintenance of the premises to avoid the cross contamination. Second, designing of the premises should be in such a manner that it should provide the unnatural clean production environment. Third, basically the designing is carried out with an intention to produce a clean production area, to produce a clean working area. Fourth point, Premises should be designed in such a manner that it should provide the facility which is free from the microorganism, which is free from the viable contaminants and the non-viable contaminants. Fifth point, during area designing, a series of the zone should be established. However, the series of the zone will be act as an the barrier. The series of the zone will be act as an the barrier for the entry of microorganisms. Next, while designing the premises, various factors are required to be considered, and these factors are said to be the entry and exit of the person and product, a complex system of the barrier, traffic control, and environmental control. Next slide, student. Hence, a proper designing of the pharmaceutical premises is very essential to develop the working area with the high level of cleanliness. आणि म्हणूनच शेवटी काय म्हटलंय that a proper designing of the premises, a proper designing of the pharmaceutical premises is very essential in order to develop the working area with a high level of cleanliness. डिझायनिंग या प्रकारे आपल्याला करून घ्यायची आपल्या प्रिमायसेसची की आपल्याला वर्किंग एरिया तयार करून घ्यायचा आहे, आपल्याला प्रोडक्शन एरिया तयार करून घ्यायचा आहे, पण तो वर्किंग एरिया तो प्रोडक्शन एरिया कसा असायला पाहिजे, इट शुड बी ऑफ अ हाय लेवल ऑफ क्लीनलीनेस. अ क्लीन एन्व्हायरमेंट शुड बी गेट डेव्हलप्ड. In that manner we have to design our premises. Understand, student? Okay, moving on the next point, objectives of the designing the premises. What are the objectives of designing the premises? Why we are designing the premises ला का आपण डिझाइन करतोय? फर्स्ट पॉइंट, टू अचीव द एक्सक्लुजन ऑफ द एक्सटर्नल इन्व्हायरमेंट. एक्सटर्नल इन्व्हायरमेंट आपल्या वर्किंग इन्व्हायरमेंट सोबत मिक्स नको व्हायला. Means we have to keep out this external environment. External environment should remain outside. It should not get mixed up with the our internal working environment. The sorry student, objective of designing the premises. पहिला ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह काय आहे? टू अचीव द एक्सक्लुजन ऑफ एक्सटर्नल इन्व्हायरमेंट. सेकंड, रिमूव्हल ऑर डायल्युशन ऑफ द कंटामिनेशन्स. जे काही कंटामिनेंट आपल्या वर्किंग एरियामध्ये येत असतील त्यांना रिमूव्ह करता यायला पाहिजे, त्यांचं डायल्युशन करता यायला पाहिजे. थर्ड, to avoid product to product cross contamination, designing should be in such a manner that cross contamination should not be take place. Fourth, to provide protection of the working personnel, the persons those who are working in the प्रोडक्शन एरिया त्यांना प्रोटेक्शन भेटायला पाहिजे. तर या प्रकारे आपल्याला आपल्या प्रिमायसेस डिझाईन करायचं आहे. म्हणजे चौथ्या पॉईंटमध्ये काय म्हटलंय, टू प्रोव्हाइड द प्रोटेक्शन फॉर द वर्किंग पर्सनल. फिफ्थ वन, टू कंट्रोल अँड मॅनेज द फ्लो ऑफ मटेरियल. Definitely, the designing should be in such a manner that the flow of material should be in our control. The flow of material should be in our control. Sixth one, to control and manage the personal movement. Definitely, we should be able to manage or we should be able to control the movement of the persons, those who are working in our production area. Seventh, to achieve overall safety of the operation. Designing should be in such a manner that whatever operations are going to carried out, whatever operations are we are going to carry out in our pharma industry, आपल्या फार्मा इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये जे काही कामं आपण करतोय, all those working operations should be should achieve a high level of safety, should achieve a high level of safety. So seventh point, try to understand the objective of designing the premises is that to achieve the overall safety of operation. Point number 8, to provide optimum comfort condition for the working personnel. Definitely, you have to design your premises in such a manner that it should provide a good working condition, a optimum comfortable working condition for the persons, those who are working in the working area or those who are working in the production area. Okay, student, moving on to the next slide. The next point is construction of the premises. How to construct the premises? Okay, student, following are the certain guidelines which are required to be followed when we are going to construct our premises. Following guidelines should be followed or following guidelines should be adopted during the time of construction of plant premises. First, the ceiling, wall and the floor should be constructed of such a material which is easy to clean and which is non-porous in the nature. प्रिमायसेस कन्स्ट्रक्ट करत असताना सिलिंग, वॉल आणि फ्लोअर हे अशा मटेरियलने कन्स्ट्रक्ट केले गेले पाहिजे विच इज इझी टू क्लीन अँड विच इज नॉन पोरस इन द नेचर. ओके, पहिला पॉईंट क्लिअरली लक्षात घ्या. इट इज इझी टू अंडरस्टँड फ्रॉम द स्टेटमेंट ऑनली. During the time of construction of the premises, the ceiling, wall, and the floor of the premises should be constructed of such a material which is easy to clean and which is non-porous in the nature. Second one, however, porosity in the wall and the floor, जर जे वॉल फ्लोअर आणि सिलिंग आपण कन्स्ट्रक्ट करतोय त्यांच्यात जर पोर्स राहिले, त्यांच्यात जर होल राहिले, however porosity in the wall and the floor will lead to the accumulation of the debris and the moisture. जर पोरोसिटी असेल भिंतींमध्ये, पोरोसिटी असेल सिलिंग फ्लोरिंगमध्ये, जर पोरोसिटी असेल तर तिथे डस्ट पार्टिकल जमा होतील, which I can say that accumulation of the debris, moisture, and the dust particles will be take place in that porous wall or in that porous floor. Okay. Third point. Surface of the wall and floor should be remain unaffected to damage which is caused by the cleaning agents such as and the detergents. अशा मटेरियलने आपल्याला आपलं वॉल, फ्लोरिंग आणि सिलिंग तयार करायचं आहे. दॅट द मटेरियल शुड बी रिमेन अनअफेक्टेड. द सर्फेस ऑफ द वॉल अँड द फ्लोअर शुड बी रिमेन अनअफेक्टेड टू द डॅमेज विच वॉज कॉज्ड बाय द क्लिनिंग एजंट्स सच एज अँड द डिटर्जंट्स. फोर्थ पॉइंट, chemically, wall, ceiling, and floor surface should be resistant to the solvent, dyes, strong acid, and alkalis. Definitely. Last point, what it explained, की आपण जे काही वॉल, फ्लोअर आणि सिलिंग तयार करतोय आपल्या फार्मा फॅक्टरीमध्ये, आपल्या फार्मास्युटिकल प्लांटमध्ये, they should be chemically inert. They should not show any kind of the chemical reaction with the different types of the solvents which we are going to use in our pharma industry. वेगवेगळे सॉल्व्हंट आपण जे फार्मास्युटिकल इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये वापरणार आहोत ते वेगवेगळे सॉल्व्हंट जे आहेत ते आपल्या वॉलच्या मटेरियल सोबत, सिलिंगच्या मटेरियल सोबत किंवा फ्लोरिंगच्या मटेरियल सोबत रिॲक्शन शो करायला नको. केमिकली दे शुड बी रिमेन अनअफेक्टेड. लास्ट पॉइंट परत एकदा लक्षात घ्या. केमिकली wall, ceiling, and floor surface should be resistance. They should not show any kind of the reaction with the solvents, dye, acids, and alkalis. Moving on to the next slide. Hence, to acquire all the above desirable properties in the wall and floor, it becomes necessary that we have to treat the surface of the walls, floors, and the ceiling with the following process and with the help of following material. जर आता हे सर्व काही प्रॉपर्टी तुम्हाला तुमच्या वॉलमध्ये, फ्लोरिंगमध्ये आणि सिलिंगमध्ये हवे असतील तर त्यासाठी आपल्याला काय करावं लागेल. वी हॅव टू ट्रीट दॅट पर्टिक्युलर वॉल, वी हॅव टू ट्रीट दॅट सर्फेस ऑफ वॉल, वी हॅव टू ट्रीट that surface of floor, we have to treat that surface of ceiling with the certain kind of the material and with the help of a one specific process. That process is called as spray on tile. That process is called as spray on tile. So try to understand the point. कुठला पॉइंटला सुरुवात केली आपण? कन्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफ प्रिमायसेस. प्रिमायसेस कन्स्ट्रक्ट करताना आपल्याला असा मटेरियल वापरायचा आहे विच इज इझी टू क्लीन अँड विच इज नॉन पोरस इन द नेचर. हाऊएव्हर जर का पोरोसिटी असली, वॉल सर्फेसला, फ्लोअर सर्फेसला पोरोसिटी असली तर तिथे डस्ट पार्टिकल जमा होतील, डेब्रिज जमा होतील, मॉइश्चर जमा होईल आणि त्याच्यामुळे अल्टिमेटली तुमच्या प्रोडक्टच्या क्वालिटीवर हॅम्परिंग होईल. ओके. तिसऱ्या पॉईंटमध्ये काय म्हटलंय, द सर्फेस ऑफ द वॉल अँड द फ्लोअर शुड बी रिमेन अनअफेक्टेड टू डॅमेज विच इज बेसिकली कॉज्ड बाय द क्लिनिंग एजंट सच एज इन द डिटर्जंट. चौथ्या पॉईंटमध्ये काय म्हटलंय, द सर्फेस ऑफ द वॉल अँड द फ्लोअर शुड बी केमिकली इनर्ट. It should not show any kind of the chemical reaction with the solvents, acids, and the alkalis which we are using in our production area, which we are using in our working area. Okay. आता हे वरचे जेवढे प्रॉपर्टीज आहेत, जर हे सर्व प्रॉपर्टी आपल्याला आपल्या वॉलमध्ये, सिलिंगमध्ये आणि फ्लोअरमध्ये पाहिजे असतील तर त्यासाठी आपल्याला एक मेथड अडॉप्ट करावी लागेल, एक प्रोसेस अडॉप्ट करावी लागेल. त्या प्रोसेस अनुसार आपण काय करतोय, वी आर ट्रीटिंग द सर्फेस ऑफ अँड द वॉल अँड फ्लोअर. Hence, to acquire all the above desirable properties in the wall and floor, it becomes necessary to treat. We have to treat the surface of walls and floors with the following materials and with the help of following process. The process कुठली आहे? That process is called as spray on tile. That process is called as spray on tile. आता या पॉइंटकडे लक्ष असू द्या. The best method to treat the rigid surface of the wall, floor, and the ceiling is called as spray on tile. The method which we are using for the treatment of wall, floor, and ceiling, that method is called as spray on tile. In this method, we are using the three different types of the material. तीन वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे मटेरियल आपण वापरतो. आपण काय करतोय, भिंतीच्या सरफेसला, फ्लोअरच्या सरफेसवर आपण ट्रीटमेंट प्रोव्हाइड करतोय, आपण त्यांना कव्हर करून घेतोय. आपण कशाने कव्हर करतोय, या 3 प्रकारच्या मटेरियलने. आणि आपण मेथड कुठली वापरतोय, जी मेथड आपण वापरतोय त्या मेथडचं नाव आहे स्प्रे ऑन टाईल. तर आता या पॉईंटकडे लक्ष असू द्या. इन दिस मेथड अ सिरॅमिक इपॉक्सी लाइनिंग इज अप्लाइड बाय स्प्रेइंग ऑर पेंटिंग ऑन द सरफेस ऑफ वॉल अँड सिलिंग. कुठली लाइनिंग अप्लाय करतोय आपण, वी आर अप्लाइंग द सिरॅमिक इपॉक्सी लाइनिंग. With the help of this method, that is spray on tile, या मेथडच्या सहाय्याने we are applying the ceramic epoxy lining on the surface of wall and ceiling. Similarly, one of the best material for the treatment of wall surface and the ceiling surface, that is the treatment is with a ceramic plastic cement, which is applied as a thick coat. पुढचा पॉइंट, पहिला मटेरियल होता सिरॅमिक इपॉक्सी लाइनिंग, दुसरा मटेरियल आहे सिरॅमिक प्लास्टिक सिमेंट. सिमिलरली, वन ऑफ द बेस्ट मटेरियल फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट is ceramic plastic cement, which is applied as a thick coat on the surface of wall and on the surface of ceiling. Another material which is used in the area of less traffic is a sheet of vinyl. This is the third material, student. हा तिसरा मटेरियल आहे ज्याच्याने आपण आपल्या भिंतींना कव्हर करून घेतोय, आपल्या फ्लोरिंग सरफेसला कव्हर करून घेतोय, आपल्या सिलिंग सरफेसला आपण कव्हर करून घेतोय. ओके, सो स्टुडंट, ट्राय टू अंडरस्टँड what I want to explain. I'm explaining you about the construction of premises. We have to construct the premises with the help of such a material which is easy to clean, which is a non-porous in the nature. Okay, the surface of the wall, floor and the ceiling, they should be a non-reactive in the nature. They should not go under the damage when we are washing them, when we are cleaning them with the help of the detergents. And to achieve all these properties in the surface of wall, floor and ceiling, we have to treat the wall with the help of the 3 different types of material. ते 3 वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे मटेरियल कुठले, सिरॅमिक इपॉक्सी लाइनिंग, सिरॅमिक प्लास्टिक सिमेंट and sheet of vinyl. All these materials can be applied over the surface of the wall, can be applied over the surface of the floor by the method, and that method is called as spray on tile. Okay, student, hoping that you have been understand this particular point for the construction of premises. प्रिमायसेसला कन्स्ट्रक्ट करण्यासाठी कुठले कुठले मटेरियल वापरले जातात, कुठल्या मेथडने वापरले जातात, कुठल्या प्रकारे आपण आपल्या फार्मास्युटिकल फॅक्टरीच्या भिंतींना कव्हर करून घेतोय. वी आर कव्हरिंग द surface of the wall, floor and the tile with the help of the 3 different types of the material, that is ceramic epoxy lining, ceramic plastic cement and the sheet of vinyl. Okay, and the method which we are adopting for the covering of the wall surface is called as spray on tile. Okay, student, so in today's lecture what I explain you about the introduction related to the designing of premises. Second, I explain you about the objectives of the designing the premises. And third, I explain you about the construction of premises. तर आपण या युनिट 2च्या सेकंड पार्टला सुरुवात केली आहे. तो दुसरा पार्ट म्हणजे कुठला होता, प्रिमायसेस. पहिला पार्ट म्हणजे कुठला होता, द फर्स्ट पार्ट वॉज सेड टू बी द ऑर्गनायझेशन अँड पर्सनल. तर पर्सनलमध्ये मी तुम्हाला शिकवलं होतं पर्सनल रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम ऑफ द वर्किंग पर्सनल, ओके, कन्सेप्ट ऑफ पर्सनल हायजीन. आणि दुसऱ्या पार्टमध्ये आपण शिकतोय अबाउट प्रिमायसेस. प्रिमायसेसमध्ये मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं इंट्रोडक्शन रिलेटेड टू द डिझायनिंग ऑफ प्रिमायसेस. Then I explain you objectives related to the designing of premises. And thirdly, I explain you about the construction procedure of premises. Okay, student, I'm going to stop here. In the next lecture, we will start with the new concept, that is the concept of environmental control related to the pharmaceutical working premises. Concept of environmental control. म्हणजे जर का तुम्ही तुमच्या फार्मास्युटिकल फॅक्टरीमध्ये अननॅचरल क्लीन इन्व्हायरमेंट तयार करून घेत आहेत, तर त्यासाठी कुठले कुठले असे फॅक्टर्स आहे जे तुम्हाला कंट्रोल करावे लागतील, जेणेकरून एक ॲप्रोप्रिएट चांगला इन्व्हायरमेंट, चांगला वर्किंग इन्व्हायरमेंट तुमच्या फार्मा इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये तयार होईल. अननॅचरल क्लीन इन्व्हायरमेंट आपल्याला आपल्या फार्मा फॅक्टरीमध्ये तयार करून घ्यायचं आहे. आणि त्यासाठी बरेच असे पॅरामीटर्स आहेत, बरेच असे फॅक्टर्स आहेत जे आपल्याला कंट्रोल करावे लागतील. तर या टॉपिकला आपण पुढच्या लेक्चरला सुरू करूया. द कन्सेप्ट इज दॅट concept of environmental control related to the pharmaceutical working premises. Okay, student, I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much. Thank you all of you.